What's up, everybody? It's the DFS Whisperers coming live with a video for today's NBA slate.
What's up, family? How's everybody doing?
I hope everybody had a nice Wednesday night slate.
I hope so, too. Jabari Parker, man. Dang.
Yeah, he killed our lineups.
Dang.
Because we had
killed a lot of lineups, man.
we had Sampson and Lemon Jr., we had all them dudes right.
Yeah.
But Jabari really messed it up, man.
Everybody was on fire, but with the
And
exception
Harden,
of one or two.
Yeah, and then Harden was just... Yeah, I kind of expected at some point Wizards were going to do that crap where they start resting players in games.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the game, you know that Beal only played the first and third quarter.
Yeah. Beal was like basically on his way to 60, 65, but
They
started resting him a lot.
Yeah, he only played the first and third quarter.
Yeah.
And then didn't play the whole second and third. Satoransky basically just played in bits and pieces throughout the game and missed the whole fourth.
Yeah, it was that type of DFS day. That's why if you're not looking at the games, you notice that people might have done terrible. It's because their playing time was very inconsistent. Yeah, and that's what we told you guys on previous videos. Sometimes this is what happens around this time of the year. This is why
players were just not motivated to play too.
Yeah, this is the most challenging time of NBA DFS, right at the end of the regular season. Because you could project a player to do very well, but then they come out and they do poorly.
Yeah, because that's who we apparently lost our way because of the Tyreek Evans.
Evans, yeah. Like, Tyreek Evans was in a smash spot. And, if I had to go back and do it all over again, I'd still pick him. Exactly. I mean, 4,500, no Wesley Matthews, no Collison. I'm running the Tyreek Evans now for whatever reason. He didn't perform.
Yeah, I feel like certain players, we jinx them whenever we highlight them. It's like, let me make you look like a dummy real quick.
Yeah, because even on the bad game, he did 25 without those guys
exactly
in the lineup. But it happens.
It's DFS.
Man, like we said, times get way better, especially going into these playoffs where we know the rotations, we know the motivation. Obviously, everybody trying to fight to get to the next round.
Like tomorrow, you really have 3 pointless games.
Yeah,
like they're going to be good to watch, but they're pointless. Because every single team, Golden State playing Lakers, Golden State pretty much have locked in the number one spot. So they don't really care how that Laker game goes. Sacramento, Cleveland, they don't give a crap what happens in that game.
Yeah, everybody's basically at this point locked up.
Basically,
so they ain't really
so
too concerned.
You don't know which way the teams are going to go. You don't know which players are going to be motivated to ball tomorrow.
You could literally pick a player and they have 35 in the first half, and then guess what? You don't see him again.
Just look out for
you don't see him again.
Yep, just look out for people that are playing for contracts and people that are, in the end of their contract, or people that want to fight for a starting role.
Or, just try to make a last-minute push so they don't get waived by the team.
Exactly. Those are the people you want to look at.
Yeah.
But so, without further ado, let's get the homework out the way. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell icon so you can get all our content as soon as it drops. Shout out to DFS Club. Our merch is coming out soon.
Hats and T-shirts.
Hats and T-shirts, man. We're working on it.
And we're trying to thrive in fantasy.
Yep, Thrive Fantasy, one of the best DFS prop betting sites out here. All you got to do is just download their app. Pick your top 10 bets out of 20, your top 10 props out of 20, and then you get 2 just-in-case props as well. Get the most points, win money. Boom, that simple.
There you go.
And if you use our promo code WHISPER when you sign up, they match your first $10 deposit instantly. So, Draft Dashboard. One of the best DFS tools out here. They sponsor a $20 giveaway on our page. We give it out every week on Sunday. So all you have to do is just like, subscribe, and comment the DFS player that's most reliable for you. We've been getting a lot of interesting comments. Y'all keep them coming. The more comments you put in, the more likes. And for those of you new that subscribe, more chances to win on Sunday.
All right, go ahead and get that money.
Yes, sir. So, Draft Dashboard, a great DFS tool. They have the top players of the day. They have the position optimizer that breaks down every position down to a T. They from projected ownership, fantasy points per minute, and the hit percentage, which is a new stat in the industry, which projects a player's percent chance to hit 5 times value. You got the sleepers and studs, the player trends that show you the salary differences, the minute monsters, the point production, and also the player performances, so you can gauge who's been overperforming and underperforming. You also got the what?
NBA cheat sheet.
For those of you that don't know how to do research, don't want to do research, or just don't have time to do research, the NBA cheat sheet is here to save your life with the locks of the slate, the top stud of the slate, the top value, mid-range of the slate, the top values of the slate, and also the punts with upside. You get them all with the NBA cheat sheet. So go ahead, man. Everything is just $1 if you use the link in our description for your first 30 days.
All right.
And you get to see our own custom player pool as well if you use our link. Literally get our custom player pool, all the players that we're considering for the day. You'll see the tab as Watch DFS Whisperers picks. All you have to do is tap them and all our players will be in your watched players.
Absolutely. So without further ado, let's get into this 3-game NBA slate.
Yep. 3-game slate. I think a strategy I'm going to try out tomorrow is I'm going to stack the 2 games with the highest implied total, and then also always just get the best players off of the other team, and then it's like a strategy I'm working up in my mind where I'm just gonna stack.
Just try to zero in on a couple games.
Yeah, and then the third lineup where I just basically just go balanced everywhere, just like mix and match from every single game.
Yeah, that'll be a nice.
I feel like it's a 3-gamer. If you hit that one good game that's basically a track meet, which 9 times out of 10 will be that second Cleveland game.
More than likely. That's just going to be a pickup game, basically.
Exactly. Once you get all the right players from there, you'll easily take down.
Yep.
Because you don't know how motivated Golden State are going to come out tomorrow.
Right.
Even though Cousins can drop a quick 50-burger on you just like that.
Yeah, you got to watch that JaVale McGee, too. Even though it's not necessarily like a revenge narrative, but... he can still have a good game. People going to be scared of him because of his price tag. So, JaVale would be like an ownership play.
Yep. So, what you got?
All right, for the first pick, I'm looking at this man right here who used to play for Golden State, Harrison Barnes. He has a 73 dash ranking going into tomorrow. $4,500 price tag. Now, I know with, we got Bjelica, and I hope I'm saying his name right. Belicia. We got Bogdanovich. I know at times you got to kind of question this man's role within the team, but the reason I'm highlighting this guy is because he does have pretty good history versus Cleveland. And also, too, like we just said, it's going to basically be like a track meet. 2 teams that have literally nothing to play for. He has a 66% chance to hit 5 times value going into that game, and he will give you about 0.8 fantasy points per minute. And Harrison Barnes, he'll still play about 30 minutes. So as long as he's taking that shot and that shot's falling, he'll easily crush that $4,500 price tag. And then as far against Cleveland, last 5, look at this, man. He put up a 29, a 43, 41, and a 44.
Now, to put that disclaimer out, obviously he had a bigger role in Dallas when he played them most of the time.
Yeah.
But still, if his shot is falling, he'll still be a big help for Sacramento against Cleveland.
Yeah, and you definitely cannot put it past him to, just kind of...
He's kind of due for it.
Yeah, to do this because, like we said, it's that time of the year where basically things happen in DFS. Last few games of the season, teams don't really care no more. They're just running. So, Harrison could easily be in the mindset of let me just jack shots up. And at $4,500, I want to run him. Because anybody who's around 4,500 or below who is going to play 30 to 35 minutes is a threat. And especially in a game where it's going to be basically a pickup ball style of play. So I'm going to run Harrison Barnes tomorrow. Who you got?
For my first guy, I'm going to go ahead and run Marvin Bagley. 6,400, 3-game slate. Yeah, I'll take Bagley. 34, 38, 27, and 18. Obviously, the 27 and 18 were like rookie wall games, but Marvin Bagley, for the most part this season, he's been one of my most reliable DFS guys, man.
Way more reliable than unreliable. So.
Yeah, he always comes through for me when I need it the most. I like the spot he's in tomorrow. Obviously, you attack Cleveland from all cylinders, basically. They're 17th against opposing power forwards and 20th overall in defense. Marvin Bagley has only played Cleveland once in his career so far in a 23, but that 23 was back when he had a way lesser role than he has now. Marvin Bagley is projected for about 4.5 times value, which is about 30. And this is he hits 5 times value 36% of the time. Tomorrow's one of those days where though, yeah, I like a player like Bagley to pair with Embiid's and the Giannis's and them.
Yeah.
He's a 1.2 fantasy point per minute guy. He plays about anywhere from really 25 to 30 minutes. And he could occasionally see 32, 33 minutes if the game is close and foul trouble gets to other players.
All right, and for my next pick, I'm actually going to run right back. Well, we're really focusing on that game, ain't we?
Yep.
And I like it because these are the type of games you want to target. So
I just noticed all the picks are from that game.
Yeah, actually, I'm just now noticing that. So, yeah, don't be afraid to stack that game. So I'm going to run to Jetty Osman, though, and keep in mind, this man just came off an absolutely horrible effort in which, yes,
3 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 6 fouls.
Yeah, and of course, I had him in that lineup, Sometimes
I needed him, too, that day.
Yeah. And that was, everybody around him was doing excellent. But it happens. Everybody is due for that one absolute dud. But I look for Jetty to bounce back in this, like I said, in this pickup game. He is projected for 4.6 times value tomorrow. We'll give you about 0.8 fantasy points per minute. But I'm going to go ahead and throw Jetty on the slate bust alert.
Yeah.
There is potential that he could bust the slate.
Plus, Kevin Love isn't playing tomorrow.
Yes. So, obviously, if Love is not going to play, then that's a little bit more of the offensive slack that needs to be picked up. He does have a 49-point ceiling. So, if they're out there running and gunning like we expect them to be, look for Jetty to possibly have a ceiling game. And he will play around 30 to 32 minutes. So, get you some Jetty if you're looking for some value that's below 6K.
Yes, sir. So, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this value play right here, Ante Zizic. Of course, like I just said, Kevin Love isn't playing tomorrow. Tristan Thompson is back now, though, so Zizic still will probably stagger his minutes with Thompson. He only played 13 minutes last game, but also last game in those 13 minutes, he managed to get 29 against a team that gives it up to centers, which was Phoenix Suns. And now he's playing another team that gives it up to centers. So it doesn't take much for Zizic to get his numbers. He's like another Boban Marjanovic. Super big dude. Easily gets rebounds, could easily put it back right there. Occasional blocks, 3,500, you need that one player that'll help you be different on a 3-game slate. And like I said, if he could put up 13 and 29 minutes against Phoenix Suns, he could definitely do it against another team that gives it up to big men in Sacramento.
Right.
And Kevin Love is not playing tomorrow. Now, it all depends on Tristan Thompson as well. I really like Thompson tomorrow, but they could either basically split their minutes, or Thompson just sees the bulk of the minutes with Larry Nance. But I have a feeling that Ante Zizic will play more than 13 minutes tomorrow, and especially if somehow one of these teams blows the other one out. Zizic in blowout run almost always gets 30 points. That's like a given for him. He's a 0.9 fantasy point per minute guy. He hits 5 times value 45% of the time at this price. Because, once upon a time in the season, he was one of the best value plays and was kind of chalk almost every night. But I like his chances tomorrow of kind of, I wouldn't say breaking the slate, but having a great game that'll help your lineup, especially if you want to build a stars and scrubs lineup. Because I know I will be building at least one Giannis and Embiid lineup.
Yeah, he's damn near minimum salary, so I'm definitely not opposed to running some Ante Zizic. And just as an honorable mention, because couldn't put him for some reason there wasn't up on the slate. Let me see. Is he up yet?
Up yet. Position optimizer.
Let's see if he's on here yet, because it didn't update.
I don't see him nowhere.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah. All I was gonna do was mention Joel Embiid. I like him at 10,400 price tag, and I do project Joel Embiid to be one of the biggest chalk of the slate.
I don't know. I'm not seeing that.
You don't think so, man?
I'm not.
I'll tell you why. Because Philly's just coming off a loss to Atlanta. Probably going to have some tired legs. They're on the tail end of a back-to-back. Joel Embiid's coming into the lineup with fresh legs. I don't look at him as being the type that is going to come in rusty because he's basically his usage was around 30 to 35%. So he's 1/3 of the offense. He's going to get his points. He's going to get his rebounds. He's going to block some shots.
I think the main reason if Embiid is chalk, it'll be because of his recency bias. Because the last time he played Milwaukee, he dropped the 80 basically. He dropped 80 on.
And then you got to think about the fact that Milwaukee doesn't have a true center.
Yeah.
So who's going to check Embiid? That's the question.
I'm thinking people will go for more balanced lineups like the Cousins, and then because Cousins is just coming off a great game, and people probably will think the way that Cousins, could easily match Embiid for like $3K cheaper or so.
That's possible. He could. The question is, what type of defense does JaVale play on Cousins? That's going to be the question.
Probably absolutely none.
It's like
so? JaVale, DeAndre Jordan, Gobert, Andre Drummond. Like, they're great all-around defenders, but just one-on-one against other centers, they give it up a lot.
Yeah. I mean, so if you rather not go for Embiid and you want to pay down for Cousins, that narrative could work out because obviously we know Cousins has a huge upside, and he did absolutely ball out last game. But if you're willing to spend a little bit more money and pay up for Embiid, look at him as an ownership play. Because my brother don't seem to think that he's going to get a lot of.
He could be chalk. I don't know. I'm just not seeing it right now.
Yeah, and that's where we got to kind of look at the projections tomorrow and see where everybody's headed toward because we may actually do an update on that. But I'm liking Embiid for tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I want Embiid regardless if he's chalk or not.
I say at least get him in your line. Like if you're playing multiple lineups, get him on at least one or two of them. Don't totally fade him.
I'm going to have 50% Embiid in however many lineups I play.
Yeah.
So that's just the given for me. I can't fade him. So before I even talk about the last pick, let me probably just name drop. Well, got to play Giannis tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Steph Curry does not have a great history in Staples Arena. Mm-hmm. But, you can't fade him either because he's been hot lately.
Yes,
I'd say if you're playing multiple, like 5-10 lineups, then you got to throw him in somewhere.
Curry has had one game where he went 0 for 10 in Staples.
Yeah.
And historically, he does not shoot well there. But you never know, man. Things change.
He got his contacts now, so.
Yeah, apparently he got his contacts put in.
He put a scope on the gun now, so it gets even more interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. So all this time, we've been getting Steph blurry, not Steph Curry, huh?
Exactly, man. It's crazy, but I'm excited to see how this dude's gonna be shooting now.
This dude gonna
that's how he broke out the slump.
This dude gonna be shooting from the other 3-point line, like. If he couldn't see all this time,
CP and he did that today.
Oh my God, CP was getting on my nerves.
CP showed out, man. When I needed Harden to do stuff.
Yeah, CP was right there with Harden. Every time I wanted Harden to do something, CP was like, "What? What was that? You called on me?"
I should have thought about the narrative though. CP back in Staples.
Yeah, but at the same time, we didn't think he really cared. Like.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The fact that he was playing the Clippers, but the man was playing like he wanted to just straight destroy him.
Exactly. That's why narratives play a point,
exactly.
Man. You might not think it's that much, but there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes that you don't know about.
It's very underrated, so you got to look at that stuff too.
Narratives exist. Don't ever let nobody tell you it doesn't.
No, don't let nobody tell you different. But
all right,
go ahead with
your pick. The last pick, I'm gonna go with Larry Nance Jr. And Kevin Love is out, so go ahead and just fire up some Larry Nance. He's going to play anywhere from 30 to 33 minutes. He's a 1.1 fantasy point per minute guy. He hits 5 times value 47% of the time at this price tag. It's a big price tag on the guy, but it's bigs against Sacramento Kings, man. They give it up to big men. Larry Nance Jr. is going to deal with De'Aaron Fox and occasionally Buddy Hield running at him inside. You're going to have a few other players, too, that run at you inside. Is Corey Brewer still there? Yeah, I believe Corey Brewer is
believe
still
so,
there. Yeah. Larry Nance has many opportunities to rack up on some blocks. Also, another guy you could consider is Cauley Stein if you really want to pay down at center. Because Cauley-Stein could easily eat against Cleveland.
He can be very sneaky.
And he's not going to be highly owned, I could tell you
Oh,
that
no,
much.
not for sure.
And Cleveland is the team that gives up the most blocks to centers in the NBA. So Cauley-Stein could have himself a game.
You got some value coming out of that Sacramento-Cleveland game. So.
Yeah, that's my favorite game of the slate so far.
Yeah, it's 3 games, so it's like you don't have a whole lot to choose from.
Yep.
So you just got to try to target the best value you can.
Trying to find that one game where you know it's going to be the DFS gold mine.
Absolutely.
And this game could easily be it. But I like Larry Nance Jr., you know. He's a point per minute guy, so he could easily get you your points. And sometimes it'll feel like he ain't doing much, and then you just look down at your stats, and it's like, boom, he got 40.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a lot of blocks. He walks into steals, you know. He's always been a great rebounder. So even if he's not scoring, he'll still be rebounding. And once he starts scoring, boom, that's a double-double easily.
Yeah, he can get his stats real quick.
So, you know, at 6,300, I'll take that gamble.
Yeah.
He's more of a, like, you want to find the short thing players. You don't want to just throw in. Just because, you know, just in the name of being different, you don't want to just throw in just any dart throw.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really like Larry Nance. I know he could be easily a short 30 to 40-point guy tomorrow.
Yeah, and he's another one of those guys who, despite a slow start, he'll always just
he could always
rack up points.
He's going to get that blowout run, too, if a blowout even happens.
Point per minute monster.
So apart from barring any injuries or foul trouble, he should be good.
Absolutely. So, wow. So, good luck, folks. We're going into a slate where there's 3 games full of teams that absolutely don't care about much right now.
Yep, I'd say if anything, Philly probably are the only team that's playing for anything.
Yeah, that's about it. And what, they're just to hold on to the seed they got?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so, and that's another reason I like Embiid. But anyway, let's go into this slate. Oh, let's go ahead and drop them socials real quick so these guys can reach us.
Twitter at DFS Whisperers and Instagram at
the DFS Whisperers.
Our email is in the bio, so hit us up for them premium lines and also hit us up for anything, really. Just hit us up if you want to.
Absolutely, guys. So let's go into this next slate with a new attitude and a new vigor. And like I said, good luck. It's the end of the NBA season. Last few games winding down. So let's try to make what we can happen. And we do wish each and every one of you a nice, hefty bag. And you know what else? We out here. Whisper Squad. Ending.